Hello, guys. I am Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran. I'm here with Yanzi Lin, and today we are talking about the big old mishap at DC Comics. According to DC Comics, all Asian characters look alike, as they mixed up Cassandra Cain with Katana. Now, Cassandra Cain, obviously Batgirl. Katana has a sword, was in a hit movie, Suicide Squad. So how they mix this up? One wears a mask and one has bat ears sometimes. How you mix this up?
How did they even mix it up? Darling, they aren't even the same ethnicity. Katana is Japanese, Cassandra Cain is, I would assume, Chinese mix, because her mother is Shiva after all.
Wow.
So, this is the thing, you see. You literally have it here on the image saying, get to know Cassandra Cain, all right? Name is big and bold here. Can't miss that, right? I mean, and what do they say? She can cut all of you in half with one sword stroke, just like mowing the lawn by Rick Flag. Get to know Tatsu Hickory, otherwise known as Katana. Cassandra Cain, meet Katana. Katana, meet Cassandra Cain. You guys are the same. Shake hands. Like, wow. How
does DC mix this up? First, let's talk about that. And then we're going to talk why were they even doing this. But first, how they mix this up? Is it the editorial staff, the lack of editorial staff, the lack of knowledge or qualified editorial staff? I don't know. Your guess is as good as anybody's. I don't know if DC will release a statement on this or not, but it seems like it's not coming down. For some reason, a lot of people are pointing out this is wrong, but yet maybe because it's the weekend, nobody's there to log in and take this thing down.
All right, so let me kind of explain how all these companies' social media websites work. Now, typically, you notice, hey, all these companies, whether it is Target or whatever, they still post on the weekends, right? That's because they schedule the post to go out on certain days of the week. So it looks like there's always something happening on their pages. Right. So the DC staffer who did this obviously scheduled it, and it's off for the weekend, and maybe they don't have internet access or access to the corporate website from where they are, who knows? So that's why this is going to stay up until probably Monday. Yeah. Now, why I want to say DC staffer in particular is because, yes, we do know a lot of mega corporates like Wendy's, all that, they obviously hire some cookie social media manager type person to do all their social media stuff for them. But we know that DC Comics has undergone no less than 3 bloodbaths. So How many people do you think they have on staff to really do this? You think if they do 3 bloodbaths, they're still going to outsource this, spend money hiring some social media manager? Nah, this is probably some intern or editor or some assistant editor or whoever being told to do all this in their spare time.
Right. If I had to guess, it's probably an intern. I don't really think this is something that any editors got their hands on. I would think like a DC Comics editor would know better. But why is DC doing this at all? Well, because there's this thing that we celebrate every year called Asian Pacific Islander Month, which makes this whole mix-up even worse. This is when DC Comics, we've talked about it annually for about 4 years, when DC Comics takes every Asian character that they have and they put together, usually in a one-shot sometimes just variant covers. And the idea is that everybody is united through carbs, noodles, rice, whatever, because that's really
boba tea.
Boba tea. Yeah, boba tea. We literally, that was in a synopsis one time, grab some boba tea and dim sum as we celebrate Asian Pacific Islander Month. We actually did that in a video. That was a thing DC Comics issued. But the idea is all Asians not just look alike according to DC Comics, but they all like one another just because they happen to be Asian. Never these guys been at war with one another, had any type of camps of slaves or anything like that, or sex slaves. None of that, right?
It's horrific is what it is. People who don't even know that this history is less than 100 years ago, when the Japanese conquered and enslaved the Chinese, the Koreans, the Southeast Asians. So now it's like, oh, let's swap the Chinese for the Japanese, and nobody's going to notice. Like, all right, really? So this year, DC went even cheaper. Now, in the past years, they at least still made the effort to do some Asian, American, and Pacific Islander Month book or something where they mesh all these characters into one anthology-type book. But this year, all they do is 8 variant covers.
Well, actually, last year was a little worse, or maybe it was the year before that, but they tried to make their own version of the Monkey King that they could own.
Oh, yes, they did. And it's like, wow, that's nice that you guys try to co-op our culture. And by the way, can you be a little more creative? We're tired of you guys using the Monkey King. Use something different for a change, guys. Come on. Anyway, so they have a bunch of covers. And look, guys, this is very important. They do make it a point to try and hire a couple of agents here. You have
Oh my God, can you imagine?
and Annie Wu and Jessica Fong and Philip Tan and John Yang.
Can you imagine?
They ran out of agents. Honey, look, they ran out of agents. They couldn't even hire all agents for the covers.
Yeah, can you imagine being an Asian sitting by the phone and just waiting for DC Comics to call you for one variant cover one time a year? What do you do? Or what if you happen to be Asian American, but your last name happens to sound Caucasian? It kind of elf there, buddy. Yeah, this is interesting how DC Comics, I don't know, man. It is so weird to celebrate these things, not knowing.
Can I speak as an Asian?
No.
How dare you? Anyway, I want to say as an Asian, I don't want this. I don't want to be only celebrated or made to feel important for only 1 month of the entire 12 months in a year. Like, thank you very much for acknowledging me. You obviously are trying to get the money in my little Asian wallet, but it doesn't work that way. If I want Asian rep, guys, there's this whole other continent called Asia where I can go and find all the Asian representation I want. So thanks, but no thanks.
Believe it or not, a lot of people don't come to DC Comics looking for Asian representation. They really don't.
Heavens, no, there's this thing, this tiny little thing. Maybe you heard of it. It's called manga.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Does DC Comics really know what its customer base is anymore? Absolutely not. Obviously, this is a cash grab / virtue signal, right? They're pulling back on their efforts in this because there's really not that much money in it. And the other part of it that's interesting to me is it's starting to bite them. The actual pandering of it, like how obvious it is, how disingenuous it is. And was it really worth it to end up with people screen capturing this? And now you get to wear DC Comics, you get to wear this black eye forever. Every time you try to do this month, everybody's going to bring this up. Remember the time DC Comics said all their Asian characters, they all look alike. Doesn't even matter what their power base is, as long as it's got Bubba Tea in it, it's cool with them. You know, it's interesting time to be a comic book fan, or is it? Not a DC Comics fan, but maybe a Nine Lives Comics fan. A lot of people getting Inglorious Rex 2 right now. The sign up for Inglorious Rex 3 is up, and we plan to launch later this year, this summer, late summer. So if you guys want to get on board for the next smash hit chapter of Inglorious Rex, get over here, sign up, get yourself a lenticular card with purchase. Those cards, guys, go for about $30 on their own on eBay right now. So it is well worth it to sign up just to get the secret tiers. If you're buying Inglorious Rex, the card will pay for the book on its own. Think about that. I'll leave you guys with a trailer for Inglorious Rex 2, our last volume that we're releasing right now. If you guys ordered, well, hang by your post box. You should be getting it soon.
Guess who stepped on the scene? I got greatness all in my jeans. Ain't no way that I can slow down. I'm laced up, look how I shake the ground. Can't touch the crown, but you can kiss the ring. Close your eyes and see how I live a dream. I'm too smooth, MJ with the lean. Don't be fooled, I came through with the team. This is over their heads, how high can it go? I'm too over the edge, got my eyes on the goal. And we right back at it, keep them right on their toes. Look at the way that I move, this is all that I know. Cause I got the drive, I put it in gear. Line them up, I don't see no competitors here. If it ain't first place, we really can't settle for it. Listen up, get ready for it.